Hey guys, so I thought, it'd be fun to do a video downstairs. I always do them upstairs, and I thought, let's do a video downstairs. I've never done that before. I did a video before. You can click right there if you'd like to check it out. It's the 10 of my favorite Boss pedals. I thought, it'd be cool to do my 10 favorite MXR pedals. I'm a huge fan of Boss and MXR, and predominantly use mostly those pedals, especially MXR. What are my top 10 and why? So let's go in no particular order. The first one I'm gonna show you is the Torino Drive. Now this pedal is especially interesting because when I first bought this, I think I paid like $130 or 120 bucks, which is really expensive for an MXR pedal, especially an Overdrive. And I think now you can find them for a lot less. The pedal I'm running right now, I'm just running my Fender Deluxe Reverb, 65 Deluxe Reverb. It's got a greenback selection in it and a couple mods, okay? So I'm gonna give you the clean, just to give a reference. So here's the clean. And let's go ahead and turn this sucker on. Now, it's got two modes, a blue mode and a red mode. I'm in blue mode, and the gain is at 10. This has got the MXR Custom Shop logo, and what's interesting about that is that usually implies that it's a limited run for a lot of times, and if not a limited run, it's just something that's not readily available all the time. This definitely has that really nice, smooth distortion that I like. This is on the bridge pickup. You can get clarity through, But on that neck pickup, you get that smooth. Now to give you a reference of the red, we'll go ahead and hit that in. This is the boost channel. It's just a little boost, a little kick. What's interesting about this particular pedal is that in the blue mode, you get really thick. For the red, you get a little bit more sizzle, but you lose that low end response. Okay, so what do we got next? Go ahead and put that there. Next, this is the Custom Deluxe. Now, a lot of you guys are gonna love the red comp. I'm really a big fan of the red comp. I even have the regular custom comp, but that's not what I'm showing you. This is the Custom Deluxe. And this pedal is really crazy to me because I use it in the weirdest way. On 10. I take all the knobs to 10. Let me go ahead and show you. Here's the clean. And I'm gonna run the attack and the sensitivity at 10. I got the low frequency, which is cut to flat. I got a little about 60% of the way. And of course the volume about 40% of the way. And here's what I love. I get that. Without it, you get this. Man, real big difference. The added sustain makes me want to not hurry so much to strum again. So if I hit a chord with this, I feel like the chord's gonna be there for a long time. So what I wanna show you now is the next one up, which is the Univibe. Now this is the smaller version. They had a bigger version, if you guys remember that. I think the bigger version sounds better than this one. But this one, practicality-wise, is really cool because it's a small footprint and it's a lot less inexpensive, especially now. I think those bigger versions are going for top dollar. Now, I want to show you these pedals together because I want to show you, again, without it. Here's Univibe. And I actually like this with the compressor. So go ahead and hit that compressor and get this. Let's go ahead and show you the Echoplex. Now, I know I'm not doing this in any particular order, but if I was gonna do my top 5 of the top 10, the Echoplex makes the top 5. All right, the Echoplex. If you guys don't know the story, Echoplex was a a delay unit, and it was infamous for having these preamps in them. And obviously some of you guys know the EP booster, which stands for Echoplex booster. The booster being the preamp, the brainchild of it. The irony of this is, even though Gibson made an Echoplex unit, and other people have done this, Dunlop, MXR Dunlop, same company, owns Echoplex. They own the name. They legally own the name Echoplex. So they thought, hey, you know, everybody's making an Echoplex, and we actually own the name Echoplex. So they made this pedal. You gotta give them props because it sounds fantastic. So let's go ahead and show you without it. And we're gonna go ahead and go to 7, which is my favorite setting on this pedal. And this is a pedal that you don't notice it come in, you just notice it go away. So I would play this like. So I'm gonna go ahead, show it with it. Just adds a fullness. Now what's interesting about this is that even though it's kind of pushing the signal, giving the amp a little fuller sound and improving in a lot of ways, if you run this in front of gain, if you put this in front of gain, you'll notice it has no effect on the gain. I really like it with single coil. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the split mode, single coil mode on my neck pickup, and go ahead and show you without it. With it. Not love, La Machine. La Machine's a fuzz pedal with an octave. They later made a bigger one. I had that one for some reason. Love the La Machine. They don't make it anymore. I don't know what it is. There's something about this particular one I like more than the others. As you guys know, fuzz pedals usually sound pretty horrible, but this one, it's got the mojo. So let's go to the neck. A lot of fuzz pedals like this, for me, the magic is the output is cranked, almost like a boost. You crank the output, keep the distortion or the gain low. This is the distortion. And then you change your attack. The harder you hit, the worse a fuzz pedal is going to get. To me, it's about light, so I use my fingers. But this one has the octave feature, which is cool. To me, it's that, if you like Blue on Black, that song, it definitely has that. So let's take it down to something really cool. Oh, you know what? Gotta do this. MXR Phase 90. I love the Phase 90, but I love the EVH one. So I don't know what it is. I've tried them all. I've tried the 100, I've tried the script, I've tried the hand-wired script, I've tried all the vintage ones. There's just something about this one. Okay, and this is even funnier. I like it in the, I think in the non-script push-down mode, so leave it up, with the knob at 0. That's right, 0. Here we go. Now, since I'm showing you that, I want to show you, here's another favorite, the 78 distortion, the Custom Bad Ass. This is a great pedal. 78, I don't know what they were going for. A lot of times when they call things numbers, they're implying, you know, everything from the genre of music of that time to a type of amp. I believe, and I'm not doing it with any kind of informed information, 78 is probably implying some kind of probably Van Halen sound. If you know the answer, put it down in the description down below. I've never really kind of looked. Here you go. This pedal is really nice, very easy. It's got a crunch button that I never use. Output, distortion, and tone. We got the EVH 5150. Awesome. Okay, so I run the noise gate halfway. Right now I've got the gain on 10. I'm not using the boost. best way I've heard is just boost off. I run the gain at, I don't run it at 10, I run it like at 8, 80%. This pedal I like because even though it's 200 bucks, you can find deals on it anywhere. It saves me a lot of money because I got rid of my LBX. I like the LBX. I think the LBX sounds a little better than this, but this sounds so close, plus having the noise gate and being a fraction of the price, I can have this, and anytime I need that sound, I just pull this up. So that brings me to the Blue Box. The Blue Box is a pedal that is going to make you laugh because it's been around forever. To me, it has one usable sound. And, okay, we got click. First, let's show you the chaos of the Blue Box. This is why a lot of people don't like it. Whatever that is. Okay, so how does this work? You turn the output down, you put the blend at 10. I like blend at 10, output 10. Then it's really, to me, this thick, really cool kind of big pie fuzz that I love. And the notes are so big and sustaining that you can just kind of... But for me, it is those lead tones. If you're playing in a band setting and the band's playing and they're not heavy distorted, like crunch, distorted, clean, you want your notes to stick through. This thing is just... It's very inexpensive. I think they're like 70 bucks new. This one's a slightly older one I've had for a while. I'm pretty sure I paid 30 bucks or $25 for it used. I don't know what they're going for now. Hopefully about the same price, maybe a little bit more. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What's number 10? It's actually this, the Carbon Copy. Now the Carbon Copy, and there's the Carbon Copy Bright. This is the Carbon Copy Bright. I thought the Carbon Copy was a little dark, and what I mean by dark, I mean the repeats sound a little dark. This brightens them up a little bit. They're not bright, don't think bright, just think not as dark. It should really be called the Carbon Copy Not As Dark. It is far from bright. This pedal I really, really enjoy. What I love about it is super easy. It's got a regeneration knob, a mix knob, a delay knob. Put the mix knob to 12 o'clock, straight up. Delay at full force, 10. The regen at, I want to say, what is that, 9 o'clock? 9 o'clock? I'm that, I think. And here you go. A pedal I really like, and I'm going to give an honorable mention to, is the GTOD. It's kind of like a tube screamer kind of thing. Maybe I just think that because it's green. But this did not make the top 10, unfortunately. I like the 78 a little bit more. But with a delay pedal, I just want this because it's a little gain. Got a little bit of gain going on, and we got... So there's my 10 favorite MXR pedals. And on that note, I'm sure a lot of you are gonna like, hey, what about the chorus? What about the flanger? There's so many great MXR pedals. You know, you gotta draw a line somewhere. I obviously am leaning towards mostly overdrives, but of the 10, these are definitely my favorite. I feel like I have to have these. The only odd one in this is probably the Blue Box. As much as I like it, I don't use it that much, but I do like it. That's the only one in the 10 that's by the hairs of its chinny chin chin. Other than that, I stand by this selection, but I would love to hear your favorite or the one I missed. I always like to hear the one I missed. Type in the comments, I can't believe you didn't mention. We're really curious to see. Another thing to keep in mind is, like I said, if you check out the 10 favorite Boss pedals, you'll see that sometimes this has to overlay a little bit. In other words, there's some pedals I didn't mention here because then on these other lists, I've mentioned other pedals that I like, and I'm using these pedals together. A perfect example of that is the Boss Reverb and the Boss Chorus. Those two pedals, the Boss Chorus and Reverb, I use a lot, so I use them more than MXR versions. Thank you guys for joining me as always, and until next time, know your gear.